Tom Trbojevic, we all saw he struggled in Manly's loss to the Panthers on Saturday night, and despite the fact he played all 80 minutes, Anthony Seibold admitted what eagle-eye viewers on Fox noticed, and that was Trbojevic had to get a needle just to get through the game.
Yeah, it's actually his back, his lower back. So he had a few spasms there, so he got a needle at half-time. Just talking to him then, he was fine in the second half. Yeah, he just had some spasms at half-time, so I'm not sure, how that occurred or why, but it certainly wasn't his hammy. But in there, he's just a little bit sore. He's fine. But I wasn't actually aware of it until half-time, so he's obviously a little spasm there in the first half, but he was able to play through the game. And, he's disappointed with his individual performance tonight, but he wasn't on his own.
All right. So an injury update, all thanks to NIB. Is Tommy fit? Back spasms. Well, is this just a one-off, or we got issues here?
It's hard to tell. Manly have been a little bit ducks and drakes with this, which, given the significance of Trbojevic in their team, is understandable. To me, it looked like the hip pointer you used to get when you get a bit of a cork there, and made it very difficult to sort of lift your leg to run. That certainly where they applied the ice there didn't look like a back spasm. Back spasms are generally more towards your spine. So I don't know. Manly have just suggested that, look, he's all okay. He'll be back. Nothing to worry about here, and it was just a one-off injury.
My inquiries, guys, is leading to the suggestion that Turbo has, with all the chronic hamstring issues, he's had to try and develop his running style in a different...
change it.
Change it. Sorry, not the word develop. Change his running style to basically continue his career. I mean, ensure that his hamstrings remain sound, and that is a byproduct of these back spasms going on. He turned up at training yesterday suggesting that, on the back of how he performed, well, I wouldn't know I've got a problem. However, there's also no indication of when this may flare up again. So, I
found it extraordinary, even allowing for the fact that they'd lost, was it Carl Lawton and Ruben Garrick, that knowing that he had an issue, that they sent him out in the second half to play, even with the needles.
Well, it was 32-0.
Oh, he's Tom Trbojevic.
Yeah.
He's had a history of
needles at half time.
Yeah, I know, but he was clearly out of sorts. He's been clearly below his best and trying to settle back into where he's going to be now. And I just thought it was, if you got a Ferrari, you don't pump it up with high octane juice and take it out if you know there's a problem with the engine. You leave it parked in the garage, and as you said, what's there to prove?
Well, part of it might be just trying to get him through a game. Like today's point, the fact that he's had to make all those mechanical changes to how he runs to try and take the load out of his hamstrings, he has had some reservations. He's lost a little bit of confidence. There's always that fear there that the hamstring could go again. He gets in a situation in a game where it's all flat strap, off he goes back to his old habits. It could go again. The confidence is down now.
So, no, I'm trying to say, so you're saying it's a good idea to keep him out there?
Well, at some point you've got to try and get him through it, is what I'm saying. So you keep him out there. I don't know how bad.
What? He had back spasms and he needed the needle.
But maybe he comes through the game and actually gets to the end of the game and says, you know what? I had a few problems. I got through. I'm going okay.
I think you're spot on about, and to your point, if it's confidence.
Yeah.
And if he can get through it, that mental approach that he's clearly struggling with, we haven't even seen him let down. We haven't seen him let down this year. We have not seen him hit top gear acceleration-wise.
And Cruels, this week, they're up against a team that knows how to exploit someone's injury, the Melbourne Storm.
Well, I don't know if it's actually about exploiting Tom Trbojevic, but every time he plays the Storm, they go after him. Because you stop Tom, you go a long way to stopping Manly. And they had that semi-final, was it 2 years ago? And they just went after him so hard. He'll know he's in a football game this week, and if he's not 100%, it's not fair on him. And I also thought it was a bit strange, Seibold's comment at the press conference just that we saw then. The fact he said he wasn't happy with his performance. Like, does he really need to say that? We all saw it.
By the way, they've gone off the ball completely, Manly. They were fantastic to start the year. That was a really disturbing draw they had against Newcastle. They seemed to have them shot a couple of times. And then, look, Penrith can do this to teams, but Manly weren't in it, weren't close.
Yeah, look, they started fast. Look, you've got to sort of take the first 6 weeks sometimes down and throw it away. Teams come in on different preparations. The World Cup's added to that. Teams have come in at different stages of where they're at, fitness-wise and all the rest of it. Manly are a side that are heavily reliant on Tom. And if he's not firing, which he hasn't been, to be fair, then it makes it tougher for him. We see how they go when he's not in the side. I think he's still finding his feet with this new system that he's working out. And I think they're just having a little bit of problems get sort of sinking into the play.
Well, I'll tell you what, the onus is on the rest of the team this week to turn up with pride. They're playing at home. They're up against the Melbourne Storm. You saw how the Raiders responded to the flogging they copped off the Panthers to go up and beat the Broncos. Well, you need to see something from Manly here. Like, they got rid of Des Hasler at the end of last year. Scott Penn came out in the pre-season after watching the first trial and said after 10 minutes I could see that the squad was now galvanised under Seabold. Well, it's time to go out and prove it because they have been off the ball the last few weeks.
They look a small bench to me, too, guys. Their bench rotation looks small. I think the recruitment of Aaron Woods, you know, in the twilight of his career, is a telltale point to that. A big man with a bit of experience.
Well, he's been picked this week.
That shows their bench is too small. Their spine's been on high rotation too, guys, with Schuster being out. And Tom coming back, who's not 100%. There's just no way Tom's 100%.
If he doesn't improve markedly, are you picking him in Origin? It's only, 4 or 5 weeks away, so at some point we've got to start talking about this.
Mate, I'm having a conversation with him if I'm the Origin selectors. But yeah, I would. Yeah, I would.
You'd take him on trust.
I'd take him on trust. I think he's a champion player.
Yeah.
He's a freak. And if you have a conversation, mate, are you okay? Tell me honestly. If he says, mate, I'm okay, I'm ready to go, you pick him.
If it's on that case, I'm with you, Kenny. But if I'm not having that conversation and I need to pick the team tomorrow, I don't think you can have him. I don't think you can have him because I don't think he's at that.
But Tom's so honest.
There's something there that's not right.
Tom's so honest, he wouldn't lie either. Like
that's true.
Yeah, some blokes would go, well, I'm carrying one, but I want to play. He's so honest, he would just say, look, mate, I don't think...
That's hypothetical, isn't it? Like, seriously, look, we saw him play on the weekend. We know he's not 100%. If the team was picked tomorrow...
But he knows what's required.
You wouldn't pick him, but it's 6 weeks away. But if he's in the form he's in at the moment...
Through the game. He knows what's required to get through an Origin.
Of course he does. But you're hypothetical saying, do you think I'm all right? We know he's not all right.
Yeah, but if he says he can do the job, that's all you want to hear from him. I can do the job. That's all you want to hear.
That Manly-Melbourne
It's true.
game. Manly-Melbourne, second game. It's a cracker of a Friday night. Sharks, Roosters first up, so 2 bumper games here